So let's talk about cards and how you collect cards in the game. So we're going to jump to our collection screen and explain a little bit about that first. So this is the global collection screen, which shows all the cards in the game and how many of each card you have. Now here I have the free-to-play version, so some of the cards are unavailable. You can unlock these cards by either buying the premium version for $19.99 or by unlocking them using scraps. So if you earn enough scraps by playing the game, you can actually unlock premium cards. So at the top here, we have our different factions. So this is Skullborough, this is Drift City, and this is Sol Station. Each faction has its own set of cards, and then we have a shared faction, which can be used by all the different factions. So let's look at a card in a little more detail. If you click on a card, you'll get a description panel here with a little more information. So what we see here at the top left is the cost of the card. So the Colossus here that I'm looking at, it costs 8 oil to play. If I switch to the Hornet, you'll see the Hornet costs 6 firepower to play. So there's two different resources, oil and firepower. Generally the firepower is a little rarer and it recharges a little slower. So you'll notice there's also a number at the bottom right of the card. This is the recycling value of the card. So if during the game you trash the card into the recycler, this is the amount of resource you'll get back. So if I recycle a Hornet, I'll get 3 firepower back, and if I recycle the Colossus, I'll get 7 oil back. So there's also a few statistics about the card here. So the first statistic is speed, the second statistic is health, and the third statistic is damage. So this gives you a little bit of an idea about how strong or how effective the unit is in the game. So the final piece of information is the ability of the unit. So the Colossus has a cannon, he can fire. If I switch to the Hornet, you'll see the icon changes to a bomb. That's because the Hornet can drop bombs. So each vehicle has its own custom ability. So for example the Law here, he can jump, so we have a jump arrow to indicate his special ability. If I click on a card, I can read the description of what the unit's special ability is. Okay, so now to buying and scrapping. So in the game you earn a currency called scraps. Your scraps are represented here and I currently have 300. So if I click on the airstrike over here, you can see I already have 2 in my collection, so maybe I don't want to. So in this case, I'm deciding to scrap one of my cards. So you can see here on the details panel, by scrapping an airstrike, I'll actually gain 30 credits. So let's do that. Okay, so I've just sold one of my airstrikes and I've gained 30 credits, so I now have 330 scraps. Alternatively, if I want to buy a new card, so let's try and buy a freeway. So I'll click here. The freeway's cost is 40 scraps, so I have enough to buy one, so let's do that. Okay, so I've just bought a freeway and now you can see I have 2 in my collection. So this means when I'm building my deck, I can actually add multiple copies of the one card into my deck. And just for convenience, there's a quick access button from the collection screen, which will take me directly to my deck building screen. And inversely, from the deck builder, I can quickly access my collection by clicking here. So that's a quick overview of the collection system in VROOM KABOOM. So stay tuned for more tutorial videos in the future.